Hi everybody, and we're continuing our Gen Con coverage. I'm here again in the gaming hall. This is where some of the more independent game companies showcase their games. And I'm actually here with Isaac Childress. He was the designer of one of my favorite games right now of 2015, that's right, Forge War. And he just told me that was his first time designing a game. That was really impressive, man. So congratulations on that.
Thank you. I'm really happy that you like it so much.
Yeah, I loved it, man. Really, really impressed with it. And then you told me you'd be at Gen Con and you were going to showcase Gloomhaven. Obviously, this is a prototype. I should mention that. But the artwork still looks amazing. And more importantly, because it comes from you, I know the gameplay will be pretty impressive. First of all, how are you liking the con?
Oh, it's been great, but it's been really exhausting.
I know. Yeah, I hear you.
I've been running this like pretty much nonstop.
Nonstop?
So I'm a little sad I haven't had too much time to get into the event hall. I'm hoping tomorrow my schedule will be a little more free and
awesome.
I can
well, you're going to have to do it one more time with feeling, Isaac, for all of us here at Bored to Death. So if you want to give us a quick overview of the game.
Sure, yeah. So there's sort of two levels to the game. You know, you've got your tactical combat game where you're going to run through and fight monsters in a dungeon. And then that's sort of stitched together over multiple scenarios with a larger campaign setting where you've got character progression, people leveling up and, you know, getting cool items and abilities and stuff like that. So, you know, at the basic level with your dungeon crawling aspect, every character has a hand of cards, and this hand is unique to your character class.
Okay.
Right, so we're starting with like our four sort of base characters. You've got your Tinkerer, who's sort of like a healer, and you can buff people and stuff like that. You got your Spellweaver, who's going to do a big area of effect damage.
Okay.
Just go out in a blaze of glory, just throw fireballs around and then fall over exhausted. You got your Brute, who's more of a, you know, tanky class. Going to stand, you know, get right up in the face of the enemy and take some damage. And then you got your Scoundrel, who's more like an opportunistic melee attacker.
That would be for me.
Oh yeah. So, you know, each character class has their own unique hand of ability cards. And so that's one of the unique, cool things about the game is if you look at your character sheet, there's actually not a lot of information on it aside from your round overview. But in terms of like specifics to the character. So each character has a unique like amount of cards that they can hold, and then their own hit point track. But all the rest of the information about the character is contained on their ability cards. Right. So you know the Tinker has a lot of heal abilities. He's got some like bombs so he can throw and hit a group of enemies. So what you're going to be doing is each round you're going to be taking two of these cards. You're going to be picking two cards you want to play. And
okay, so it's not a deck where you draw. You do pick. You got
access to all your cards at once. You get to look through them all. So it's a bit of information up front.
Right.
But you're going to be playing this character over multiple sessions. So pretty much after the first time, you get pretty familiar with the cards you're playing with, and then it gets pretty easy to look through and be like, okay, yeah, I want to do that and that. And now you're going to put one card on top after you select them, and that's going to be your initiative for the rounds. And so you're going to play that out. Everybody's going to play their cards. And then and also any monsters that you're fighting, you're fighting some skeletons, some archers over there. They're going to flip over their own ability cards that have initiative values on them.
Very cool. And those you don't know. Those you don't know what happens.
Right. You don't know what they're going to do until after you play your cards. And so depending on what they do, that might change. And so what's cool about these cards is that actually even after you play them, you've got some options on what you can do with them.
Wow.
So when you play out your turn, each card has a top ability and a bottom ability. And what you're going to do is you're going to play the top ability of one card and the bottom ability of the other card. But, you know, so you can do these two abilities or you can do these two abilities. So you've got some options. And even if you don't want to do an ability that's listed on here, any card can be used as an attack 2 on the top and a move 2 on the bottom.
Okay, so if you don't want to use...
totally get ruined, you can still do something. You can still move up.
Move out of the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so every round you're going to be playing these two cards. And what's going to happen is after you play them, they're going to get discarded. They're going to go over here in your discard pile. And now, next round, you've got fewer cards to deal with.
Right, so you got to plan ahead what you want to do.
You limit your options over time as you play more and more cards. And sometimes when you play your cards, they're going to have an X in this window, which means that after you play this card, instead of discard, it goes over here in your lost pile. It's not out of the game. It's just you can't use that card again in this scenario.
Okay.
You know, once you finish the scenario and go back to town, you can get it back. So over time, you're going to be losing, you know, some cards. Probably most of them are going to be going in your discard pile, hopefully. But eventually, you're going to run out of cards in your hand. You can't play any more cards. Or even before you run out of cards, if there aren't any cards that you actually want to play, what you can do is you can rest.
So it's like they're exhausted. Okay,
right.
Perfect.
So you're going to have to spend some time, you have to rest. What you do is you're going to shuffle your hands, your discard pile, and you're going to have to randomly lose one of these.
Oh, wow.
And then you get the rest back in your hands. So what's happened is over time, you're going to be, you know, playing more and more cards. You're going to be losing more and more cards as you play.
And you're getting
which
fatigued,
makes your hands
right?
smaller,
Yeah.
so now you're going to have to rest more and more often, which loses more and more cards. Eventually, you're going to run out of cards completely, and that's when you sort of just fall over exhausted. And so the whole point of each scenario is to complete the objective of the scenario before that happens.
Okay, very cool.
So that's the timer of the game. You know, a lot of tactical combat games, it's like there's the element of like you're constantly adding monsters to sort of balance how the players can just sort of do whatever they want, which always felt a little unthematic to me. It's like you cleared out this room and suddenly more monsters show up. Like, where'd they show up from?
I agree.
You know, so I wanted to add like some other way of adding tension to, you know, the co-op aspect of the game. So you've got this timer of you always have to play 2 cards every turn.
Isaac, I'm very excited about this because our group played Descent, and after like a couple of run-throughs, we weren't impressed with it. I think your style of gaming appeals more to us, more of a Euro style, I believe you have. Yeah. And we always love the theme of Ameritrash game theming, and I can see some of these miniatures here. These are the final sculpts, but not the final product. It's going to be resin, correct?
Yeah. Yeah,
okay.
So what comes in the box will be resin. These are actually the masters that like you print and then send to the manufacturer to make the resin.
So these look gorgeous. The artwork's gorgeous. I know the gameplay is going to be really impressive. I can't wait to get my hands on this. Now your Kickstarter is going to go on September 2nd, correct?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Guys, do check that out. Gloomhaven, September 2nd on Kickstarter. Okay. And before we go, the light is blinking here. Hopefully I can do it in time. 2 minutes. I have 2 minutes to do this, all right?
All right.
I want to know what's your ideal game night, what it would be like, okay? So I'm going to give you a bunch of questions with multiple choices.
Okay.
First one's going to be very easy. It's going to be themed. Do you like a fantasy, sci-fi, military/history, horror, or other?
Well, based on the games I've designed, I think I have to answer fantasy.
Fantasy. Awesome. Now, do you like... This is going to be interesting because both of the games that you designed are very different. Do you like co-op, semi-co-op, or competitive?
Oh, I usually go competitive. I mean, I enjoy co-op games, but you know, I don't.
You want to beat your opponent down.
I don't know. It's usually just I'm never really like that impressed with the co-op games I play. I'm not sure why, but I really love playing this co-op game. You know, not to plug myself, but you know.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be really cool, man. Okay, and the third question is, do you prefer beer and board games, bongs and board games, a board game where your opponents are Donald Trump, Bruce Campbell, and Johnny Cash? That could be interesting. Or, Giancarlo, your questions are pretty silly. It's simply board games.
I mean, playing with Bruce Campbell is tempting, but I don't think I'd want to play with Donald Trump, so I think I'd go with beer and board games.
Beer and board games? Beer and board games it is. Hey, man, thanks a lot.
Yeah,
good luck with Gloomhaven. I really hope it gets funded. Man, we would love to get review copies of this and do it all over for you again, all right?
Awesome.
Thanks a lot for watching.